What's going on, everybody? It's Dan, Moonshine, the Hillbilly Hellraiser. Hoping everybody's having a good one. How you doing? I'm doing all right. And yeah, I'm gonna get right into this. If you were looking for a take no prisoners, grab you by the jugular, or the Yabos sonic assault on the senses, then yeah, look no further than Immolation's latest one, Descent. This is the 12th studio album by the Yonkers, New York death metal legends. I mean, just fantastic album. Yeah, been together since the late '80s. As far as like a personal like anecdote from me about the band, one of the very first proper death metal songs that I heard was "No Forgiveness Without Bloodshed." I heard it off of the I want to say it was the not is at Death Store, the At Death Store compilation that I had, either the second or the third one. I can't remember which, but yeah, that was one of the very first death metal songs I heard. Been a huge fan of the band ever since. Again, they've been hanging and banging since the late '80s, since '88, I want to say, and yeah, just this is just a killer album. It's a follow up to I want to say 2022, Acts of God. Yeah, and that was a pretty good album. I mean, it was decent. I would say that it would definitely. I mean, it's an Immolation album. They have ups and downs like any band that's been around for this long, almost like 40 years going on. So, they're gonna have little bumps and hiccups and stuff that's not gonna be as strong as others, whatever the case is. But no, this one while Acts of God is good, this one is definitely. I mean, there's a level of venom and invective, and there's a level of malice that you hear in all the songs that just it comes across. I mean, there's like a theme when you hear the music and you read the lyrics and you see the videos. It's certainly and of course Descent was a very aptly decided upon name for the album. If you read the lyrics and you listen to the song, there's a definite theme of a very bleak, overarching theme of it. It doesn't matter what we do as humanity, we're all gonna fall. We're all gonna die. Everybody's gonna plunge to the depths. And I know that some people don't necessarily agree with that philosophy, but at the same time, watching the videos and stuff like that, you can see where there's lots of similar themes that have woven through Immolation's career, where it's stuff like the hypocrisy of people who claim to be, oh, the most pious amongst us, and yet meanwhile they're out there waging wars and creating every sort of catastrophe known to man, and sometimes you almost wonder if it's being done intentionally and just trying to bring about the end of mankind, because they're some of them I think are generally the people that truly do hate humanity, and they're just kind of like, the whole wolves in sheep's clothing thing. But that's a whole subject for probably a different time. But it's definitely a subject that gets broached on the album, and throughout their career. Just talking about all stuff like that, and watching the videos, you see all the different, like, all the wars and famine and plagues and pestilence and all sorts of stuff like that. And then, of course, eventually, someone's gonna rise from the muck and try to convince everyone, oh yeah, I'll fix it all. And then you kind of gotta watch out for that person. Especially when everybody is saying that's, oh yeah, let's follow that person. It's like, nah, don't follow that person. That person probably doesn't have your best intentions in mind. And oh, side note, check out the Sweet Massacre shirt. I got this recently. But yeah, I mean, it's 10 songs, about 41 minutes of music, kind of going off a little bit there, but yeah, it's just there is a lot of, I mean, especially with Ross's vocals, Ross Dolan, I should probably say Ross Dolan, Robert Vigna, Alex Boakes, and Steve Scalati, all do a phenomenal job on this. Um, the production on it is top notch. Actually, I talked to Rich, the silent producer for that Goat Metal show, and he was talking about the production on it. You got to give some credit to Justin Passamorty, who did he did the vocals, the guitar and bass, all done in Rochester, New York, at his J Pass Music. Noah Buchanan took care of the drums at Mercenary Studios in Cleveland, Ohio. And Zach Oren at Castle Ultimate Studios, he's the one who mixed and mastered the whole thing. They did a phenomenal job. The cover art, that's that's these right here. That was done by Eleron Cantor, and the inner layout, all the inner artwork was done by Santiago Francis Jeremio at Triple Sets Design. All really just excellent stuff. If you can see a lot of that, very cool, very kick ass. The back is very simple liner notes that you can read along with. There's not a lot of. I mean, I've talked about it before. It really does drive me to the brink of madness when you buy an album, you get the album, whether it's on CD or vinyl, and then you can't read the lyrics because either the color choices that they use or the font design just makes it damn near indecipherable, or you need to look like the friggin' guy from the mines in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome with the magnifying glass over your head to try to see everything. It really is a maddening thing. I don't know why bands do it. I don't know why anyone looks at that and goes, "Oh yeah, that's great." And I know sometimes it kind of fits an aesthetic, but in other cases, it's just like I just want to read the lyrics, man. It doesn't have to be all cute and have all these weird fonts and stuff like that, and you sitting there, you're putting like a friggin' brown on a gray background, all these color schemes that make everything blend together way too much, almost like you're camouflaging it. And in some respects it'd be like, oh yeah, it's the most evil thing to do is to make people struggle to read the lyrics, but it's like, come on now, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot there. But anyhow, that notwithstanding, yeah, this is just an amazing album. I've listened to it so many times already. Um, Probably some of my favorite songs on it. There's a 1, 2, 3 combo right in the middle between God's Last Breath, Adversary, and Attrition, and then it goes into Bend Towards the Dark. I mean, just fantastic stuff. I mean, Robert and Alex's guitar work, it's really creative, very unique. I mean, you can tell the difference between an Immolation song just based on the guitar work alone. Um, the use of pinch harmonics, and there's on I want to say it's on Adversary. There's this use of this real mind bending riff or trill or something like that. That's really good. I really enjoyed that. It just really brought a smile to my face. Descent, the title track, that's a fantastic song. Great closer. I mean, really, when it gets to the point where the part of the lyrics where it says, I'll tell you real quick, where it's da 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 da. Bear with me. Or it gets to right before the watch all mankind descend, and then descending truth, descending minds. I mean, the way that the tone shifts in it, it really kind of goes from it's already real ominous kind of song, and then it just completely it enters and it just kind of changes gears, and it becomes this very bleak dark song, not that it wasn't already, and then it just becomes even more frenzied towards the tail end, and just really phenomenal stuff. Even there's you hear a very familiar voice in the background doing backup vocals, and then you read the liner notes and you realize, oh shit, it's Dan Lilker. Very cool stuff. He does he does a guest appearance on Descent and also on Host, which is another really cool track kind of talking about, I don't know if it's talking about mankind as a virus or just talking about a virus that spreads throughout mankind. I'm not quite sure. It could be another allegory for religion. Not really sure on that one, or just maybe like just discussing some of the stuff that probably have made people think about over the past few years with viruses and whatnot. But yeah, really, I mean, excellent stuff. Right from, I mean, they do not let the foot off the gas on this thing at all. I mean, from these vengeful winds down to Descent, even Banish, which is it's a instrumental. I mean, they do a really excellent job on that. I really like just kind of, it has almost kind of like a soaring vibe to it, if that makes any sense. Just with the guitars, it has that kind of like very spirited kind of approach to the instrumental, which is very cool. It just either both Robert and Alex doing their thing, or maybe one over the other. But very very cool stuff. And yeah, I mean, I would highly recommend this one. I mean, it's definitely it's going to be in the conversation for best albums of the year, no doubt, because it is a tremendous piece of work. I've listened to it so many times already since I got it on Friday. It was very cool. Just kind of like, I figured it'd be a few more days. Released on Friday the 10th, and I pre-ordered it, but I figured, it'll probably get here by like freaking Monday or something like that. And just so happened, as I was listening to the COC, I got my physical copy of my COC album. And as I was listening to that, I got a notification that my Immolation got delivered. So I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I, listened to that all weekend. And yeah, it just an amazing album. I mean, it's full of, there's real rage and real malice in the lyrics, in Ross's vocal delivery, in the synergy between the guitar work and the drums. I mean, Steve did an excellent job on everything. Just the double kicks and the way they complement the riffs, and then the fills, how it just they create all the different it's real expressive, and really it really fits the tone of the album, where everything just kind of coalesces together, and you really get this sense of like this rage and hostility and this malice, whether it be towards religion or mankind, or God, or whatever it is. I mean, it translates on this album. So I mean, they really did a stellar job on this one, so I would highly recommend it. And yeah, go pick this up. It's available on Nuclear Blast. I'm sure you probably get it at your local record store. Get it on CD or vinyl. The band is out on tour till June. They're going to be out on tour with Deicide and Rotting Christ. And forgive me for not knowing the other band. I suppose I could probably look that up right now. Just type in real quick, Deicide, Immolation. And they're going to be on tour with. Are they touring with Behemoth? Yeah, that looks. Yeah, that's who they're on tour with. It's Behemoth, Deicide, Rotting Christ, and Immolation. I mean, that's a kick-ass tour, and they are not coming anywhere near me, with the exception of Daytona Beach. They're doing Welcome to Rockville, which is a piece of crap festival that they do every year, and I never want to go to that thing. They usually, what they do is they'll have a few bands that I would want to personally see, and then the rest of it's all either hardcore bands or emo or screamo and a bunch of pop garbage that I have no interest in seeing. I have no interest in standing out in the middle of the Daytona Speedway and braving the hot Florida sun in the middle, as the Florida sun is heating up towards summer, getting all cooked up. And just dealing with that and dealing with the weather. Half the time with Rockville, it's always raining whenever the thing happens, and there's really nowhere for people to go. So it's a total nightmare. But nonetheless, I mean, yeah, that's a killer. That's a killer lineup, but I'm not gonna get to go see it. So, kudos to any of you that are going to see it. I think Rich and Barry from that Go Metal show and Tone, they're all gonna get to see it in New York. Probably a few of my other online buddies that are in the Northeast will probably go check that out. But yeah, man, if you get a chance, go see them on tour and go spend all the human monies on them because it's they're definitely worth it. But yeah, anyhow, that's what I got for you. That's my review of Immolation Descent. Go pick it up. It's out on Nuclear Blast right now, and it is a killer. All right, so that's all I got for you right now. This is Dan. This has been Moonshine Talking. Hopefully, you've enjoyed it. If you're new here, um, do all the things that people ask you to do. And if you think about it, or if you're so inclined, leave a comment. Let me know how you found my stupid ass channel because I am curious how people found it. I do find it funny. I did that little video about the Max Sabbath versus Void thing, and that one seems, at least for, as far as numbers that I get, it seems to have taken off to a lesser degree or to a certain degree versus all my other videos, which I do find very amusing that me bitching about something or just kind of like be more opinionated seems to have gotten a little bit more traction versus me doing these basic album reviews. But either way, whatever. If people watch my stuff, it's cool, one way or the other. But yeah, I was going somewhere with that and then I lost it. It's late for me, so I just figured I would do this, fire up the old camera ski and do a video here. But just let me know what you how in the hell you found my channel because I do find that interesting. It's like how anybody finds this stupid ass babbling mess of a channel that I have here. But either way, however you did, I appreciate it. And subscribe if you want, like the videos if you want, comment if you want. I try to get back to people as soon as possible. And yeah, and that's that. So as always, stay sick, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Keep headbanging, iron slanging. Don't forget to breathe. Everybody take it easy. Have a good one. And I will catch you on the next one, which will probably be a collection update. That was going to be the next video last time, but now I wanted to do this because I felt it was such a good album that it was important that I fired this one off. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Later.